Yo, what's going on, gun family? Urban Gun Reviews, and today on the channel, on a new episode of Friends with Guns, we got my man Proud to Carry. So if you're not following this man, you're not subscribed to his YouTube channel, make sure that you do that ASAP. Great content, good dude. Check him out. What's going on with you today, though, brother?
What's going on, man?
Hey, I
What's going
can't
on?
complain, man. I'm here, you know. So
Yes, sir.
let
Bless, bless.
yes, sir, yes, sir. Yeah. So what you been up to?
Not much, man. Just working every day, man. Working hard through this pandemic, man. Blessed through this pandemic, and taking care of the family, protecting the family, man.
I feel you. I feel you. That's what
And,
you gotta do.
yeah.
Yep. Yep. All right, so I'm gonna start off with the same question I ask everybody else when we jump this off, and that's where are you from?
I'm from Chicago, bro. Chicago,
Okay.
Illinois.
All right, so the shy. Okay, shout out to the shy. Uh,
Yes, sir.
you born and raised in Chicago?
Yeah, born and raised, man.
Yeah.
Born and raised.
All right.
Here reside.
All right.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. I've never been to Chicago like there. I've been like to the airport and then on a little quick flight, but like, what's Chicago life like?
Hey, it's I'm gonna say it's just like what you hear on the news, man. But it's a little worse though, man. You gotta people who ain't from here, man, they see the stuff. I mean, I know stuff goes on everywhere throughout
Yeah.
this country. We all know that. But I mean, here you get bits and pieces of it on the news. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yep.
And I ain't trying to make it seem like, oh, I mean, you people can come here, but you just gotta keep your head on the swivel here. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because a lot of people. I don't know if you or like a lot of people follow like the gun laws and everything. So when people come to Illinois, Illinois don't recognize nobody else gun permits.
Yeah.
You know
Yep.
what I mean? So when people come here, especially if you approach away anything like that, it's like if you know somebody here who can legally have their stuff, it's like be around them. You know, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Because no matter where you at, and especially now in the city,
Mm.
it's going down everywhere. It don't matter if you're in the good part or the bad part. It's stuff going on all through the city, and
Yeah.
that's the part that people don't see in the news. You know what I mean? You still can
Okay.
come in and have a good time in Chicago. It's still a great city. Besides the BS, you just gotta watch your six everywhere you go. Put it to
Yeah.
you like that.
I got you. I got you. All right. So how long you been doing YouTube?
I've been doing YouTube. I started in, I want to say 2020 when I started with my first look. I think it was a gun collection video, just me showing,
Yeah.
doing some range. But that's when I started in 2020.
Okay. Okay. How'd you come up with your YouTube channel name?
Uh, I don't know. I just when I got my concealed carry, I just felt proud to carry. So I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm a fight because a lot of people, man, they look down on it, especially being an African American man. A lot of people
Mm-hmm.
like try to down that. I'm like, well, I'm gonna be proud and I'm gonna stand for it because I
Right.
stand for the two. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially being black, being black and being pro 2A. I'm gonna make sure I represent that and be proud of it every single day I walk out the door. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
So,
feel you.
just like anybody else can be proud in this country too, I feel like every black and brown person, African American, minority, whoever, they should be proud to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. So take me through the process of getting your permit to carry in Illinois.
All right. So first, you gotta get what they call a FOID card, which is a FOI card, firearms on the identification card,
Mm-hmm.
and pretty much you just gotta go online, apply for the application, and it's not like a class. No, you have to take this to get the FOI card. And once you do that, you got to pay the fee and submit for your background check. And once that come back, then you can. I mean, you can now they got it where you can take the class to get your concealed carry at the same time, even if you don't have your FOIA card. But they will still have to send both of them out. And the Chicago set up now, and they started July 1st. They started changing the rules for it, but it's gonna take a little process. So
Mm-hmm.
pretty much like once you get your FOIA card, you go do your concealed carry class, which is a 16-hour in class. You got to be in person. It got to be 8 hours
Yeah.
consecutive. You know, so 8 hours 2 days consecutive, or you can split it up depending on who you go through to get it.
Okay.
And once you do that, then you go online and you pay another. I think it's like $150
Mm-hmm.
that you pay to get your concealed carry permit, and then you just wait for it to come. So they got two different processes, like 90 days if you submit your fingerprints, and
Mm-hmm.
120 days if you don't submit the fingerprints. Which I was thirsty, so I submitted my fingerprints with it, so I could
Yeah.
get my stuff. So yeah, other than that, pretty much if you don't got nothing on your background, if you don't have anything violent on your background, no domestic on your background,
Yeah.
anything like that, you can still have like a petty misdemeanor or something like
Yeah.
that. They will still issue it to you.
Yeah.
You just can't have anything like outrageous on your background.
Mm-hmm.
And once you get it, then you pretty much golden.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not as hard as people make it seem in Chicago, even though we got some very strict gun laws here. But
Mm-hmm.
you still can, you do it the right way, and you get the right knowledge and
Mm-hmm.
help with it. It make the process go smooth.
Okay. So having your FOID card, does that make it easier to purchase firearms too, or is it still like the
Yeah,
same process regardless?
but now, so that's why I say it's weird about having both, and now they combining it. So when you get to a FOID card, that's the only way you can purchase a firearm and ammunition.
Okay.
Even though you get to a concealed carry license, you can't walk into a gun store and purchase firearm and ammunition with that concealed carry. So your FOID card saying that you can buy a gun, you can own a gun at home, and you can
Mm-hmm.
own ammunition. You can transport the firearm, not loaded. Of course, it got to be broken down in a
Yeah.
box, not to you. And with the concealed carry, saying that you can carry your firearm on you loaded, pretty much. So, which never makes sense. So I'm glad that whoever fought for it in our state fight for us. So now they starting where they combining the two. So your FOID card CCL is gonna be all one, but it's okay. So with the way I understood the law, and maybe some other people who see this interview who live in Illinois, maybe they can, probably correct it if I'm wrong. But now, they said January 1st, 2022. Now, what they would when they issue you your new CCL or FOID card, they're going to combine the two.
Okay.
But it's like still separate. So they're going to give you one card, but they're still separate. So if your FOID card gets suspended, then your CCL suspended right along with it. But if
Okay.
your CCL gets suspended, you still got access to your FOID card. You just can't carry your firearm.
All right. I
So
got you.
you still can purchase a firearm and transport it, but you just can't carry it on you. And then
Yeah.
driver's license here in Illinois is linked to all that. So once the police pull you over, they run your plates or run your driver's license, it's going to already pop up, in the system, whether
Yeah.
you legal to carry, if anything's suspended, all that's popping up anyway. So
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a little different in Pennsylvania. Like, um, I know, like when I first got my permit, I think I was like 23 when I got my license to carry, and it was like
Okay.
I went to the sheriff's office, like my local sheriff's office, and I filled out a background check, paid $30. Well, I didn't pay the $30 yet, but then you got to wait for like a yellow card. They send you like a yellow card in the mail, and they tell you if you get approved for it or whatever, if you ain't got nothing on your jacket. And then once I was approved, it took like 3 weeks. I went down, took my yellow card down, had my ID. They gave me a photo ID. I paid my $30, and then I was good to go, and that was it. But now the process is even quicker. I don't know if it was like pandemic reasons or what, but my wife got hers probably like 2 years ago, and when she got hers, we just went to our local sheriff's office, and they did everything right then and there, background check and everything, ran it. She was good, and they just gave her license right then and there. So they don't even got to wait for
Oh,
3 weeks no more.
that's amazing, man. See, yeah, Chicago. Now, our stuff was hectic up here because when the pandemic hit, when they announced the pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
everybody, I mean, everybody went and started
Yeah.
applying for that. And it was funny because a lot of people who I was telling beforehand, I'm like, hey, man, get your concealed carry, get your FOID card. Nobody wanted to do it.
Right. Right.
Nope. When the pandemic hit, everybody rushed to do it. And I remember I helped my mom get hers,
Mm-hmm.
her FOID card. She still never went and got her CCL, but she do have a FOID card. And I applied for hers in, what was it, February of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't get her FOID card until August of 2020.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it took a long. It's people who I know personally who applied for their CCL and FOID in
Mm-hmm.
2020, and to this day, it's still pending. They still haven't got anything back. So
That's crazy.
the process took a while. Whereas I had my FOID card. Now I got my CCL in 2020. So but I had my FOID card already since I was 17 years old,
Okay.
and I'm 29 right now. So I had it for a while, and also I got my first firearm in 2017. That's when I bought my first one,
Yeah.
and I never we in 2013 is when they pretty much said that we can now they pretty much gave us the CCL here in Illinois,
Uh-huh.
and I never felt the need to go carry a firearm. I said, well, I got one in the house. No, it
Mm-hmm.
is what it is. You know what I mean? But I never, despite all the violence and stuff that was going on, I never felt the need to necessarily carry a firearm with me.
Okay.
as times went on, I was like, you know what, gotta go ahead and get my CCL. Now this was before they, man. Now it was funny because as I was going, it was end of 2019, beginning of 2020, when I first started going to get the, taking classes for the CCL.
Mm-hmm.
And right after that, that's when right after I sent off for my CCL license, is when they announced the pandemic and everybody started flooding. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh man, here but luckily, man, actually came back quick. It came back in 84 days. I counted every single day. So it came back in 84 days, man. I was like, okay, that came quick. And everybody else was like, oh, man, I still haven't got it. I was like, well, I don't know what to tell you because,
Right.
I got a patient, I guess. I understand what's going on, but what can you do,
Yeah, yeah. All right, so like the height of the pandemic, and the whole world or country went crazy trying to buy guns and everything. So was it harder then in Chicago or in Chicago to get guns compared to now? That is dialed down some, or is it still about the same?
Yeah, like if you was looking for a specific gun, certain, yeah, you would be like, okay, well, try to go find a gun. They say, oh, we don't know when we gonna have it in,
Mm-hmm.
or they price gouge like everywhere.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
me personally, I knew a lot of online websites that you can go on to buy guns, so
Right.
that's what I was pretty much doing. But even then, though, our background check process is once you purchase the firearm, you gotta wait 72 hours from the time that you purchase
Okay.
in order to pick up your firearm.
Mm-hmm.
And man, during the pandemic, dude, you was waiting 2 weeks to a month, even 2 months before your background check came back to pick up your firearm.
That's crazy.
So luckily me that I already have a few of them, so I wasn't so much in a panic,
Yeah.
even though I'm a gun guy and I like guns. So despite, I guess I was being kind of selfish. Like people was buying their first one, I'm like on my fifth or sixth one. So, like,
Right.
so, I mean, it is what it is. You can't never have too many, in my opinion. So.
Not at all. Yeah. So, what got you into firearms? Was there a specific person or situation or anything
No,
got you in firearms?
I always been into them. It was even when I was kids, man. Like my pops, he had firearms. I always like shooting paintball guns, cap guns, BB guns, like all that stuff
Yeah.
growing up. And as I became older, like in my teenage years into my adult years, I was like swaying back and forth on whether I should get one or not.
Yeah.
And it's only because the stuff like the political stuff that goes on here in Chicago with
Mm-hmm.
black men and firearms and the police. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna stay away from it for
Yeah.
until I'm able to carry. I don't want to, I only want a chance that. And when I was able to do it, I did it. So
Mm-hmm.
even though I still stay, like I said, it came into effect 2013,
Yeah.
but I didn't, like I say, sorry, I know it went off camera.
Okay.
Somebody was calling me, but I don't have to get the camera back. There we go. Yeah, I knew I went into effect in 2013. That's when I hit 21. But like I said, I didn't want to start carrying until 2020. So
Yeah.
almost 8 years, man. So yeah, man.
All right. You
But
ever
yeah,
been?
I always been into them, man. Like I said, I always like to go paintball shooting, man. I got some. Well, I got one. I sold my other ones, but I got one nice paintball gun that I still haven't get rid of, man. It was that what made me buy a AR-15 because I got a paintball gun AR-15 and I decked it out, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give me a real one to do it the same way.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. You ever been pulled over with your firearm? Like driving?
Oh yeah, I've been pulled over with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Was it
So
like difficult? Do you think the situation was more difficult because you had a firearm, or was it difficult at all? Like,
no, it wasn't difficult, man. Actually, and I always try to tell a lot of people this. Well, I guess it depends on what officer you run into, what type of person you are, and where you at. And when I got pulled over, it was funny because I turned the corner. I turned the corner. I know it was my fault I got pulled over too, but I turned the corner and I saw the police pull up to the corner and they getting ready to turn.
mm-hmm.
And I just switched lanes and going. I ain't turning my turns to nothing. I just switched lanes, kept going, and they hit the corner fast. I was like, yeah, they gonna pull me over. And I saw them lights come on. I was like, here we go. So they got out the car. I know I had my when I drive, well, I pinned this carry period, and so of course I had it on me. And first thing they asked me, you got a driver's license? You got any weapons in the car? I said, you ain't even let me answer the first question first. So I'm like, yeah, I got a driver's license. I'm like, yeah, I'm concealed carry. I got my firearm on my on my waistband, painted carry or whatever. He was like, all right, just let me get your CCL with that, and I gave him the TCL. He was like, all right, man, just keep your hands on the steering wheel. He gonna say, if you don't reach for yours, I ain't gonna reach for mine. I said, well, you do the same.
Right.
And he didn't even run my information. He walked back, looked at I guess looked at the expiration. I don't know what he did, but he walked back. It was like 20 seconds. He came right back. He was like, all right, man, I pulled you over because you didn't turn your turn signal on when you switched lanes. So just be careful, make it home safe. Have a good day. I was like, all right, and that was it.
Yeah.
Like I said, and this wasn't this was a white officer, so
Yeah.
it went rather smooth. It didn't, and they ain't the only time I got pulled over. Like in Illinois, we are only an ask and tell state, so we don't have to tell the police that we armed unless they ask us here.
Okay.
And, so he did make a comment like, next time you want to let an officer know that you armed ahead of time. I say, no, that ain't the law, buddy. So yeah, I won't be volunteering no information because some of y'all officers, you tell them you got a gun and they instantly,
Everything
take out
changes.
Yeah. So I try to, and like I get it in some cases for respect and to ease the tension. It'd be pretty cool, but in some situations, man, they get hostile, especially here in Chicago. They get they get wild here, man. So yeah, you just got to be real careful with it. But like I say, it's linked to the if he would have ran my license plate, he would already knew I was armed. He wouldn't even have to ask that question. So
Okay.
like I said, everything linked to your driver's license and your license plates, everything now. So just run the license plates, they already know. And believe it or not, it was a few times where I didn't even get stopped because of that. When I know I did something wrong, whether it was speeding, running the red light, running the stop sign, police got behind me, they follow me, turning every corner with me. I was like, yep, here we go. They're going to pull me over. They run my place and they go right around.
Yeah.
They don't even stop. I guess they don't even want to, bother with that interaction or whatever. So,
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you got any type of firearms training?
No, just besides me going to the gun range, I don't have any. I plan on taking some advanced handgun training, but I just be honestly, bro, I sit here, I watch YouTube, like, dude, I sit here, I watch that stuff. Some of the stuff I learned off YouTube, like dry fire practice, everything. I try to, I practice it at home, and then, like, far as like certain drills that I see people doing on the range, I go to the range and I practice. So, but I know it's nothing like the live experience thing, but I definitely plan on doing sometime in the future.
Yeah.
Near future, put it to you like that.
Okay.
So,
you prefer indoor or outdoor ranges?
Well, indoor right now. I've never been to an outdoor range. All the outdoor ranges by me are far, so it's not anything that's close to Chicago at all. None. So you're talking about an hour and a half, 2 hours out to get to a outdoor range. And a lot of them you got to have a membership to even go to.
Yeah.
The closest thing for me would to be to go to Indiana, find an outdoor range because it's we right close. We're right next to Indiana, and they respect our gun laws. You can carry over there openly, even if you're from Chicago, Illinois. They don't bother you over there. Yeah.
All right. What got you into wanting to be a content creator?
I don't know, man. I feel like I wanted to change the narrative, man, because like I said, when you majority look on YouTube, you see a certain type of people with firearms. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
For a while you did. Now you're starting to diversify a little bit, but you only saw a certain type of people. Even if it was African Americans or whatever, they looked a certain way. It wasn't too many people that looked like me that I saw that was out, with the in the firearm community on YouTube, on social media at all. So I figured, you know what? Let me jump into this and show other people that look just like me, young, African American, got tattoos, dreadlocks, anything, the stereotype, Black Americans in this country. Yeah. Show people that we can, you can do it legally, and that we, that we can do it legally, that I can do it, anybody can do it,
Absolutely.
So,
yeah. What you carry as your EDC?
Right now I carry my SIG P365 XL.
Okay. So I carry.
I didn't
even love that.
Yeah, I had the X, man. I dropped a video on it. It was some issue with the trigger. It was like, dude, I would, I got to take up on it as I pressed the trigger. Got to take up. Then it hit a wall, and then another wall, and then when it get to the brake, it wouldn't break. Like I had to apply extra pressure in order for it to break. And I was like, it only happened when I dry fired though. When I was shooting, it shot fine, but dry fire, it did that consistently. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't want to chance that.
Right.
A lot of people are all just sending it in to SIG. I was like, man, I traded it in because I got a good price for it. So it's pretty much an even trade. I ain't gonna even hassle with the sending it off and they come back with the same issue. Yeah. So I just traded in for the SIG 365 XL, and that's what I carry. Which I got a video coming for that as well because
All right,
I
all
mastered it. But that is my EDC though, man. I like it, man, and it's nice, bro.
yeah,
Yeah.
I love mine. I carry that every day. That's my joint. So, okay, you got the
Oh yeah.
15 round mag for it.
Yeah, I got the 15 for it. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I got the.
that's a plus. You got to get that
Uh,
15.
because I had the 15 with the 365X, and I just kept it. I'm like, well, I ain't gonna give them that, and I paid for it. That's a $50.
Yeah, right. Them mags ain't cheap at all. Them Sig don't give you no
Oh,
break on them mags.
yeah, they not, man. I would say, they pretty good mags. So I mean, I want to get some more, but just going to pay 50 for that when my Glocks, I can get probably like 3 magazines for 50. So
Right,
you know what
right.
I mean? So
Yeah. You have any shit hit the fan guns?
yeah, I got my AR-15, my Ruger AR-15, and my Glock 19 Gen 5.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. But I got, I think that might change, but that's later on. That's going to change because I got some stuff on the way, brother. I'm telling you, man. I got some,
All right. Can't
yes.
wait to see that.
But yeah, that's for right now. Yeah, my Gen 5 Glock 19 and my Ruger AR, and especially my Gen 5 Glock 19. It's something about it that I don't know. Maybe I just shoot Glocks better.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people don't like Glocks. They say, the only thing I like about Glocks was the sights, I changed that on it, and I put a little well, you saw the little, when I put the little Louis V
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just so I can get a better grip on it. But
Mm-hmm.
everything else is stock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, 10 yards away, I can shoot same whole group with that. So
Right.
I know other people got issues with it. I don't. I mean, it fits flush in my hand. It's snug in my hand when I hold it. So
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I feel like I got total control of the gun. The gun don't got control of me when I'm shooting it. So
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you. I'm a big Glock fan myself. Like you said, a lot of people don't like them. I just think they just work. Like, and
yeah,
that's what I respect about it. Like, they just work. They gonna shoot. I don't think I've ever had a problem with a Glock. Like, as far as like a consistent problem, you might have like a failure to feed one time or something just minor, but never had a major problem with a Glock. So I always
yeah. I
recommend
think
Glock.
the only issue I had with mine was it might have been an ammo. I'm gonna say it was ammo. I was using this when I first got it. When I first picked it up, I ain't taking home or nothing. I was thirsty to shoot it. Went right in the range,
Mm-hmm.
and I was shooting some Sig. Say it was some Sig. It might have been a V Crown hollow points, whatever
Okay.
ones they were. It was some Sig. It was some Sig ammo though, and every like few shots I took, it was like it would fail you to eject. I'm like, man, what's wrong with you? I'm like, man, I'm about to take this gun back. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, cause that was my first Glock. I'm like, everybody bragging about Glocks and these things jamming up like this.
All right.
But when I end up going out and buying another box of ammo, and I'm like, I'm gonna try this ammo while I see if this is an issue first. And when I shot the other box of ammo, it shot fine. So I was like, okay, well maybe it's that SIG ammo.
Yeah.
So I went home, cleaned the gun, took it back, shot the SIG ammo, and it shot fine. So I figured it was just because I didn't clean it.
Okay.
And that ammo is, you know how I go, man. Everything got to be right on par with the guns and the ammo and the cleaning. Everything got to be copacetic with each other, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What's your thoughts on carry guns with safeties?
Nope, I don't carry them. To each his own with them, but I don't carry them. I feel like if you're not a safe person, then yeah, carry it with a safety, but that ain't gonna make a difference. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't, I don't carry with a safety. I mean, you can train with it, yes, you can, but in the heat of that moment, your natural, God forbid you ever got to get in that situation where you got to defend yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Your natural instinct gonna be to pull the gun and shoot it. It ain't gonna be to take the deactivate the
Take the
safety.
safety. Yeah.
A lot of people can sit here and say, "Oh yeah, man, you can train. You can deactivate it." Trust me, when that time comes, you ain't thinking about deactivating the safety.
Mm-hmm.
That's the last thing on your mind. You're gonna be thinking pull and shoot, pull and shoot. You know what I'm saying? Once
Yeah.
you feel that click, no bang, then that's when you're gonna be like, okay, I gotta deactivate this safety. Depending on the situation, hopefully you got the time to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people always asking, because a lot of people know that I'm into firearms, and they ask me the same question. I told them, like, I can't make that decision for you.
Mm-hmm.
Same for the people who gonna be watching this. Like, we can't make the decision for you. If you gonna carry with a safety, practice, practice, practice. But God forbid, in that heat of moment, I mean, you know,
Yeah. I feel you. I feel you. That's how I feel too. I'm like, I don't mind it, and if that's what you do, that's what you do. But I'm like, you gotta train, and then train more. But you train like you would with any other firearm that you get. But I'm just like, I don't like the uncertainty of, even if you keep the safety off, and you get into a situation and you go pull that gun, it could accidentally, activate the safety, and then
Yeah.
you go to shoot like you said, and nothing happened, and then you get shot or whatever, So I prefer not to carry them. I have guns with safeties. I don't really carry them. I don't carry them at all. But
That too was
it's
let me
just
say.
an extra step that I don't really want to have to worry about.
Yeah, I feel like the only firearms in my opinion that should have safeties is rifles, bro. That's
Yeah,
it. Only ones, bro. Those can have safety, but handguns, shotguns, no, I don't think they should have safeties on.
yeah.
You know,
What's your thoughts on keeping a round in the chamber at all times?
I carry one in the chamber every day. I feel like everybody, if your state allow you to, if your state and city allows you to, you should carry one in the chamber as well.
Yeah.
Like I say, it just like without carrying one in the safety, I mean in the chamber, just like having the safety on, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
It's an extra step that you got to take to, discharge your firearm should you have to.
Yeah.
That's a couple of seconds or 1 or 2 seconds that can possibly change your life forever or even take your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
That's what I tell
people,
everybody. I'm
if
like,
they're ready, we got to get ready. You
yeah.
know?
That's what I say. Like you think that you got the time to rack that round, but 9 times out of 10, you don't have that time to rack that round when you're in the moment. Like you're not
No,
gonna
you
have
don't.
that time.
But by the time you process everything, I mean, we all know that stuff happens when crime happens, and when you being attacked, it happens like this. You
Yeah.
ain't think you ain't the adrenaline start rushing. You ain't thinking about doing all that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
You ain't thinking about backing around in the chamber. You ain't got time to. I mean, you're gonna take it out your holster. That's now this hand not free. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever hand that you got, it's not free unless you try to rack it off your belt. Then if you panicking, you got your finger in the trigger guard. You got to think about every scenario
Yeah.
that can happen. You panic, you rack around, you shoot yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's best just leave one in the chamber, no safety, and train like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, do what you're comfortable doing, but I know what I'm comfortable doing. I'm comfortable with one in the chamber with no safety because this is my safety right here. So
Yeah. Agree. Agree. What's the first gun that you purchased, and why did you get that gun?
the first gun I purchased was a Smith and Wesson SD 40 VE, and I bought that one primarily because at the time I thought I liked the 40. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I went to the range, I would shoot 40s all the time, and I was like, okay, this is pretty cool, but I never shot that particular firearm before I
Mm-hmm.
bought it, and I got it at the pre-pandemic price, which was like only $250.
Okay.
So eat that 40 cal. It's
Yeah,
like
you can't
14
beat that
plus
at all.
one. Yeah, I mean, 14 plus one. I'm like, okay, yeah. And the more I shot it, the more I hated it. So
Mm.
yeah, that was the only reason why I bought it, man. That's the only it was a good old reason why. Because if I would have known what I know now, like I said, I bought that gun back in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
So if I had known what I know now, had I had the proper training, knew more people that shot firearms, went to the range, shot more firearms, got more knowledgeable with them, then yeah, that definitely wouldn't have been my first purchase.
Yeah.
No, because it definitely wasn't a money issue. I can
Right. Right.
afford something different, but I, no, that
No.
gun's.
What made you buy your first firearm? Was there like you just wanted one, or what was the
Yeah,
situation?
it was, me and my wife, we got our own place together, man. So first we was living with the in-laws, then we got our own place together. So I was like, yeah, we need something for protection in this house.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, then she was pregnant with my son at the time. Yeah,
Okay.
we definitely had to get our own. I mean, give me a firearm for the household.
Mm-hmm. When it comes to like training and stuff, or like even going to the range, you involve your wife in it too? Like she go training with you and stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah.
funny thing, but my wife, she's kind of when it come down to firearms. It was
Yeah.
funny because she got into a little situation where somebody tried to do some harm to her, man. They tried to snatch out the car, doing all that stuff. They damaged her car. It was crazy. And at
Mm-hmm.
the time, my son, he was like 2 months old, 3 months old when this happened. So she was going to pick my daughter up from school when this went on, and
Mm-hmm.
so after that, she was like, you know what, I'm going to get my concealed carry. I will go ahead, do your thing. So she already had a Ford car because I forced her to get that. I did it for her. I actually did the application for it, came in the
Yeah.
mail. When you do this, I said, don't worry about it. If I'm gonna be prepared, you're gonna be prepared as well. So
Yeah.
and so she went in and took her concealed carry class, but she never sent off for the application.
Oh.
Now I always told her, I was like, well, why don't you just go to the resume? So what deter her away from it was when she went to take her class, they gave her, of course, the tiniest, itty bittiest, cutest gun they can find and give her.
Yeah.
Well, we all know that the smaller the gun, the bigger the bang, you know.
Yep.
So
Yep.
of course they gave her, and she didn't like it, you know.
Okay.
Neither they when they gave her the ear protection, they didn't give, like, you know, make sure that it fit her right. They must give her some cheap stuff because she said it was super loud and the
Yeah.
gun just a bunch of recoil. So she didn't like it. That deterred her away from the action.
Yeah.
So I'm wait a minute. I was like, come to the range with me. Well, I got all the proper stuff and I can show you. And I got various different firearms that you can shoot and you will see that it's not as bad as you think it is.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I mean, I try to get her to go. She just won't fold right now. I'm keep pressing her though. So
Yeah. Stick on her. Stay on her, bro. Like,
I'm stay on her about it because you know she need one just as well as me because I can't be everywhere with her 24/7.
right. Right. If you consider yourself a movie guy, in your opinion, what would be the best gun movie that you that's out there?
John Wick 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, John Wick is tough, boy. That's he tough.
Yeah, those are mad, man. But you know, second to that, second to John Wick is the Hitman's Bodyguard and
Okay.
you know the Hitman's Wife Bodyguard. Both of those.
Yeah.
That's good.
I seen the first one. I didn't see the second one yet.
Yeah. The second one on you know, it's on HBO Max right now. I was actually watching it right before you sent the link, so I was
Okay.
yeah, they some good movies, man.
All right, I gotta check that out. If you stopped doing YouTube today, what would you want to be remembered for?
I don't know, man. I guess for bringing, you know, for just for showing people, man, showing people like myself and you know, other people that look just like us, that you know, this two-way stuff is for us too. You know what I'm saying? Despite of what anybody think in this country is say about how they try to portray, you know, African Americans and firearms, do this stuff for us as well, man.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I definitely want to be remembered as. Like, hey, he came out, he wasn't afraid to bring it to the, you know, bring the content and show people that, hey, hey, we can do it too. You know, it's for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, and most people, like I say, you know, like I know, man. Most first time, you know, people see us with firearms. First thing they think, oh, he a criminal. He a criminal. They don't never think that, oh yeah, he, you know, he pro Second Amendment. He got his stuff legit. No, you know. I mean, even if you get the vibes when you're going to a gun shop, especially when you never been there, you know the vibe how they look at
definitely,
you.
Definitely.
You know how they look. Then you go in the range and you shoot, and now they want to be best friends with you because they see you know. So yeah, most definitely. That's definitely what I want to be remembered as, man. As bringing out that culture, man. Adding to that culture of African American and firearms, man.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. Any gun that you would like to get, but you feel like the prices might be a little too high right now?
A staccato was a staccato C2 duo.
C2.
Yeah,
a lot of people like that. A lot of people been talking about the staccatos.
Yeah, man. I haven't got a chance to shoot it yet. I just watched a lot of reviews, but I did get a chance to hold it in my hand.
Yeah.
And when I was racking the slab, I was like, man, this can't be real. I ain't never earned that like that, bro. I'm telling you. Anybody that's watching this, or I don't know, have you ever held one before?
I never even held one, no.
Man, look, you get a chance, dude. I'm telling you, go to the range, or if you know somebody that got one, just rack the slab. You don't even got to shoot it. You're gonna see exactly what I'm talking about. Hey, ain't no other firearm out here like it, man. If it is, hey, somebody in the comments or whatever when they see it, hey, lead me to the way. But I ain't seen nothing else out here like it, bro. I'm sorry. Man, that thing nice, man. And then I see people shooting it. I was just watching the video the other day. Somebody was shooting at like 25 yards, bro. Grouping. I mean, like this. 25 yards. I mean, I don't see nothing like that with a handgun, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I definitely want one of those.
Okay. Best gun you feel like?
It's another one. I mean to cut you off.
No, you good.
It's another. I want the it's two more actually. It's a rifle. I want that what's the name of that rifle, man? What's the name? I would just I just lost train of thought. But anyway, it's a shotgun as well that I want. It's called the JM Pro 12 gauge. I think it's about more. You know what I'm talking about? It's like, man, that thing is nice, man. It's like a 900 something, almost to it. Depending on when you get at $900 to $1,000 shotgun.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
I never shot one of them, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, them boys nice, man. So I want one of those, man. And then the rifle, man, it's at the tip of my tongue, man. I think about it because I was just playing with it at the local gun shop, but yeah, when I think of it.
All right, for sure. Best gun you feel like you ever shot? It could be handgun, shotgun, rifle, whatever.
The best handgun I shot so far. Ooh. The best one I shot so far. As far as my I want to say it's my Glock 19, man. My Gen
Yeah.
5, my Glock 19. That got to be the best one that I shot so far. And I shot quite a few. And no. I take that back. I take that back. It's my M&P, the Smith & Wesson M&P, the 2.0 spec series.
Mm-hmm.
I did a review on that one too. Don't see too many people with them, man. But
Yeah.
it came with the threaded barrel, man. It came red dot already with a red dot.
Oh yeah.
It's more so of a full size, but whatever M&P did with that Smith & Wesson, they did a good job with it. I mean, the trigger on it, I am because I don't like that hinge trigger on there, so I'm gonna change that for the Apex in it. But as far as shooting with that one, it shoots like butter, man. That's another good gun too, man. So,
Yeah.
that's no, yeah, that got to be the best shooting handgun that I shot so far.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's too. I can conceal carry, but I don't like it because that threaded barrel be poking me, man. So yeah,
Okay. Worst gun you feel like you've ever shot?
the worst gun was the Smith & Wesson SD40V. I almost want to get that gun away for free, man. That's just how much I hate that one, man. Some people like it. I got a buddy who got one, man. He love that gun. I don't know why, but
Yeah.
that thing suck, man.
I thought about getting one time just because of the price. Like they wasn't barely priced. Like it's a 40 cal to add to the collection, but I don't know. I just never ended up want to go grab one.
Yeah, nah, I can't. Some things suck. My Taurus got it in those, man. You know,
Yeah.
I stand that one right there, brother.
What's your favorite handgun caliber?
9 mil.
9 mil. Okay.
Yeah, I like 9 mil. It's 9 mil, then 45. Those are two. So 40 ain't even. Well, I like 40. Maybe that's just I gotta shoot me some more 40s because that one. Yeah, but yeah, man, I like 9 mil and 45.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite too. I'm a big Glock fan of the Glock 23, so
Okay.
I like that 40 cal Glock 23.
Okay.
Probably 9 and 45. I think I like the best too.
Yeah, those two, even though 45 bigger, one of my buddies, I had a 45 too, and I actually sold that one, the 45 that I had. I had Springfield XDS 45,
Yeah.
and it was just the way how thin it was, and the grip on it. The Springfields don't have the best grips to me.
Yeah.
And
It had the grip safety and everything on there.
yeah, it had the grip safety and everything,
Yeah.
but it's like when you shot it, it was super, super snappy. And I get it, it's small, but my buddy got a M&P Shield 45.
Mm.
And when I shot that one, I'm shooting the same whole groupings with that one. And it was way softer shooting for that gun to be so little.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, maybe it's just my Springfield that sucks. I don't know, but or maybe something that they maybe had thin it was. I don't know what it was, man, but different gun companies know what they're doing when it comes down to making making them work right. So
I feel you. Yeah, I had a Springfield was an XDS, I think 45, and that thing it was a little compact 45, and that thing.
Same one I had the Mod 1. It wasn't a Mod 2 with the little finger groove on it, and it better. It was the Mod 1 with the I don't know what they did with that one.
A whole different grip on it, like
yeah.
But I had that one too, and it was crazy because when I bought the Gen 2s was out. But I didn't even know no difference at the time. So when I got it home and everything, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I look online, and I'm like, oh, they got Gen 2s. And I'm like, what the hell? They sell me a Gen 1, they got Gen 2s. I'm like, yeah. I was like, they got me. But
yeah, they let funds go for a little bit of nothing. You like, okay, I got a good price, and now they got Gen 2s. You can't find the Gen 2s barely nowhere no more. So.
Right. What's the best rifle caliber in your opinion?
The best one for me, I want to say 5.56, man, 223.
Okay.
They shootable and they work.
Yeah.
they shootable and they work, man. All that 300 blackout, 7.62s, they cool too. But I shot my buddy's AK, and I just like my 5.56 better. You know, anything that I shot, any rifle that I ever shot with 5.56, I just shoot them better. You know, the shoot was way better. So the 308, I don't see unless you hunting some. I don't know unless you hunting something. I don't see no point in even shooting those things. You know, but yeah, the best rifle caliber to me, and it's affordable. It would be the 223 5.56.
Okay. So this is kind of a follow-up question. You kind of answered it already, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. AR-15 or AK-47 platform? Which one you prefer?
The AR-15 all day.
I'm an AK guy. I love the AK. So.
Oh man, hey, you know,
ain't nothing wrong with it. You know, it is what it is.
I'm gonna eventually get one though. I'm gonna eventually get an AK just to add to the collection, but that definitely won't be my go-to.
Yeah.
only thing that only thing I don't like about the AR is cleaning it, dude. It's cleaning it.
Yeah.
I hate it, man. And I neglected my AR, man. I went like pretty much almost a whole 2020 without cleaning it. Oh
Mm-hmm.
no, not 2020, but 2021. I got it in July of 2020, and I was shooting, just shooting, just shooting. It wasn't cleaning it, and I
Yeah.
wanted to see what the reliability would be like, right? And, so I'm shooting, no problems, no problems, and I just let it sit in the safe for a while, brought it back out, shooting it, let it sit in the safe for a while. So I'm like, you know what? It came December of last year, actually last month. So I decided to say, you know what? I'm gonna clean this thing. No lie, dude. It took me almost 2 hours to clean it, to get it clean. It was, it was clean, man. I was I was busting sweats, man, to get that thing clean. It was just that much dirt. Right when I thought I had enough dirt out, I put another pass through, and it came out even worse. I was like, damn, I ain't gonna never do that again.
Yeah.
So
You shoot
yeah.
steel case through it, or you just shot brass?
uh, this brass, this brass. I ain't never shot steel case through it, and
Okay.
primarily the reason is that because I can barely even find none anywhere like the gun stores I be going to.
Yeah.
People buy that stuff up because it's cheap. So
Right.
you know,
Right.
yeah.
That's why. That's one of the reasons why I like the AK better, because I feel like I can shoot whatever through it. I shoot steel case and everything, and I don't have to clean it as often as my AR. Like my AR, got to kind of baby it a little bit. Can't shoot steel case through it, so that's why I kind of
Yeah, my
prefer the AK.
buddy had some steel case when I was shooting his AK. He had some steel case ammo, and it worked. So I mean, I don't see the difference between the two besides one cheaper than the other. And
Yeah.
some ranges I go to, they even say that, well, no steel case ammo allowed. I'm like, why
Yep.
not?
Yep.
What's the difference? What's the difference? I mean, I don't know. Maybe because I don't know what is the difference. Like I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it's something to do with the backdrop, or maybe it corrodes it or something. I don't even know myself, but yeah.
Mm.
What's your thoughts on having a carry rotation?
I feel like everybody should have a carry rotation if you can afford it.
Yeah.
You should have a carry rotation because myself, I do definitely have a carry rotation. And the three firearms that I do rotate is my SIG, my Glock 43X, and my Glock 19. So
Okay.
and it had nothing to do with like some people got summertime, wintertime carry. Me, it doesn't matter because all three I can conceal in any kind of weather, and it conceals well on me. So I just feel like it all depends on what kind of mood I'm in. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Today I might feel like taking a SIG. Today I might feel like taking the Glock 19. Today I might feel like it all depends on how I feel.
Yep.
So yeah, and then too, sometimes depends on what area. Like I said, I'm from Chicago, so it do depends on what area I'm going into. Like if I know I'm end up in a rough area, I'm taking my Glock 19 for sure. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Taking my Glock 19, and I'm taking the two spare mags that come with it as well. So,
All right.
or I might have a happy stick. Now I can have a happy stick with it because they changed the gun laws here. So the
Okay.
handgun law. So I mean, the Illinois got the preemption law
Mm.
where it just overrules all the municipalities when it come down to handgun laws and magazine capacity laws. So before, if you stayed in Chicago or what they will call Cook County, and the Cook County is made up of Chicago and the
Mm.
surrounding suburbs, uh, you was only allowed to have 10 rounds.
Okay.
So even though each gun store in Cook County sell more than 10 round magazines, you had to pretty much. I mean, they sell a firearm with more than 10 round magazine. So if it come with 15, they sell it with 15. Come with 17,
Yeah.
they was 17. No matter where your address was at, they didn't care about the the municipality gun laws.
Mm.
Whereas like places like California, they got it where
You
it's
gotta put that
compliant.
little cap thing in there, and yeah. Yep.
So you had to pretty much. It was like you pretty much on your own. It was like the gun store was pretty much like, hey, you know the laws, right?
You,
Okay,
you
well,
get
I'm taking
caught
it.
with this mother. It's on
Oh,
you.
they confiscated. We gonna make this money though. So which I don't.
Yeah.
But it then too. It depends on what police officer you run into. They pull you over and they want to
Mm-hmm.
check your fire. Was they here? I haven't seen it happen. Not saying that it don't happen, but the police officer hit on it and waste their time. Like they don't even want to see the firearm. Like
Yeah.
they pull you over, they know you got it. They just be like, okay, you
Yeah.
know. So
Yeah. What's your thoughts on open carry?
I'm I don't know. I'm liking the yes and the no on that. And I'm gonna give my reasons that I'm gonna give my no reason first. The no is one, a lot of people they be uncomfortable when they see a firearm, no doubt about it. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? They be uncomfortable, and then you got the people who are just goofy, man. The people who ain't got it all. that people who want to walk up to you, want to talk about you, get close to you. You know, I feel like when you conceal carry, you don't have to watch your shoulder as much. You know what I'm saying? You always want to stay well, but you don't have to worry about nobody trying to snatch a firearm off you. You know, anything crazy like that. And then too, with a concealed weapon, if you conceal it very well, it's that element of surprise.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
when somebody want to come in and commit a crime, they don't know it. They don't see nobody armed. It's like, okay, well, the element of surprise, that shock factor, get them every single time. You know,
Yep.
you know what I mean?
Right.
And the reason why I say yes on a open carry is because I do still believe that a well-armed society is a polite society. You know what I mean? And I feel like if you was open carry, right? I always put this analogy out there. If we was all open carry, especially like in a city like Chicago, and as much as violence that go on here, you got to be crazy, almost suicide, to go down somebody's block and shoot at them, knowing that everybody on that block is armed with AR-15s, AK-47s. That's suicide. It's like running to a police station trying to shoot.
Yeah.
You ain't making it out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You ain't making it out. And so I feel like, you know, more people will have more respect when they know that everybody is armed. They see that everybody is armed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel
but, of course, a lot of people here in Chicago got different, especially politicians. They got different views. They like, oh, you know, we don't want to turn it to the Wild West. No, it won't. It won't. I feel like it won't turn to that. I mean, stuff get worse before it get better. But I don't feel like it'll turn to the Wild West. Once you hear about a couple of stories about, hey, you know, somebody who legally armed, you know, did what they had to do, it'll deter a lot of people from acting crazy, especially when they see you armed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So open. I feel like open carry, it do deter a lot of people from playing crazy. So
I feel you. Yeah, my man had broke it down to me like that before. He kind of had that analogy. Like, I feel like if people see that I'm carrying, and then they won't try me because they know that I'm carrying. And I was like, that could be true, but it can also be true if they see you carrying, they're gonna shoot you first because they know that you're carrying and you're the threat. So it can go both ways, but you know that's why we live in the great United States, and you do what you want to do. So
absolutely, yeah. I mean, you gotta, like I say, I saw a couple of now. This is my thing here. If you go open carry, at least get a good quality holster. I mean, I know you saw videos like I did where people getting their stuff snatched right out their pocket. I mean, come on, be for real. That's just being careless to me. You know what I mean? Like, and I tell the same thing. Like, even if you conceal carry, it still can get snatched off. You don't think it's wrong. You get into a tussle somebody, and they can take it off your waistband. So don't ever get it, you know, misconstrued on that one and think that one doesn't conceal. It's just that, like you say, when somebody want to come in and commit a crime, they feel like they want to shoot first, ask questions later. Yeah, if they see the open carry, you know, they gonna get you first.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I think this too. If you open carry, you should be way more aware of your surroundings than somebody who conceal carry. You should be on the swivel. You know.
Right. So. I did a video. It was like a reaction video. It was a guy in Chicago at a gas station and standing at the counter. And somebody ran up behind him and took his gun right out the holster and ran out the store. And I'm like, that got to be the craziest feeling in the world to have somebody take your own gun off of you and then point it at you and then run out the store. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, and if they was in Chicago, they should have known better. Anyway, you know what though? Believe it or not, despite us not being an open carry state, you would be surprised, man, that I see people doing it, man. I see people doing it. I mean, they were literally. I literally saw. I was at a gas station one day, man, and the guy, you know, he trying to prove his toughness all the time. You know, we always got a few of those. Luckily, didn't nothing happen to him. But I'm surprised the police didn't say nothing to him. They were sitting right there. He got out the car. He got a Glock, and he had a big old 33 round sticking right out of his pocket with the handle hanging out. And he walking past, just looking tough for everybody. Like, dude, first of all, ain't nobody thinking about you. You know what I'm saying? Dude, you just making yourself an easy target because you know you got it in your pocket, it's flopping all around. So you struggle to get it out your pocket, so somebody want to do something to you anyways. You know, but you know, like I say, some people was looking. They was looking like, oh snap, we gotta watch this dude. Like, I mean, like I say, it deters, you know, certain things, but some people like. Gun people like me and you, we just looking at like, man, dude, you like, can't be serious, bro. Like, and I'm sitting there, I'm concealed. I got man on my waistband. Like, nobody's know that is on me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So. I feel you. Hold on, let me get this out of here real quick. Any firearm that you would 100% recommend?
I will 100% recommend three firearms. Glock 19s, any Glock for that matter. It don't even have to be a 19. So I'm not gonna say the firearms. I'm just gonna say the brand because these brands do make good firearms. And it's Glocks, SIGs, and M&Ps.
Okay.
Any one of those, you can't go wrong with it, in my opinion. And I can speak from personally owning all three.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, and having shot many of both. So
Okay.
it's definitely, they definitely all good firearms. So if somebody watching this and they want to get into them, yeah, look into those three brands, and then if you want to go from there, that'd be your choice. But like I say, speaking from experience, I mean, like I had a Canik and I traded that one in. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people rave, brag and rave on Canics, but some is some things for some people, some ain't, and the Canik wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Despite how good the trigger was good, but
What
it was something
mechanic did
about
you
it.
have?
I had a TP9 SF.
Okay. What did you like
Yeah,
about it?
it was. I don't know. It just wasn't for me, man. I don't know. Maybe I didn't like the way it felt in my hand, and then it wasn't nothing for it. Like kind of holster for it, nothing. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
you can't. So what I'm gonna do with this? Throw it at somebody. I mean, what, what I mean? Like it
Yeah.
comes with a holster, but it ain't good enough to conceal. Like I like holsters that got the claw on it and everything,
Yeah.
where
Yeah. Yep.
it can conceal good up against me. I don't like to be poking out, and no, it just wasn't for me. It's a good truck gun, so I give it to you like that. If you want to
Okay.
keep it in your vehicle or something like that, it's good for that. But as far as carrying, unless you're in an open carry state, it ain't there working in concealed carry.
Yeah. I got the TP9 SFX, and like it ain't one of my favorites, but to me it's a quality gun. I like them. But I don't really carry it at all. I probably shot it like 3 times or something at the range,
I
but
only shot it one time. I shot it one time, and I was like, "That's cool," but it was
yeah.
just, I don't know. Some people love them things, man. I just can't get with it, man.
Yeah,
So,
a lot of people say they the Glock killer. They the new best
nah,
thing out
man,
there.
man. And I ain't saying that just because I love Glocks, bro. Like maybe I gotta shoot some other canics, but as far as what I know, no. As far as what I experienced, definitely ain't the Glock killer. And, it's the reason why everybody who go get all these different guns, bro, they revert back to Glock. It's the reason why. So, yeah.
Any gun that you would tell people to stay away from?
The SD40 VE. I know somebody gonna see this like, oh, I got one. Maybe it was you now. Trust your life with it. Go right on the head, man. I ain't trusting it. I know what I went through with it, and trust me, that gun ain't now. And then, like, okay, I get it. You can get it to work, but you got to modify it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a firm believer that if you're gonna carry something, don't modify it. If you're gonna you switch the sights on it, something like that, that's fine. But as far as doing like trigger work and all that, I wouldn't mess with it, for legal reasons. I would not do it.
Yeah.
So, and that thing got like a 10-pound trigger. I'm exaggerating, but it's like 7 to 8 pounds though.
Yeah.
So it's no. If you get, like I said, you only got one good shot with that thing probably. It got to be. It probably got to be up close. It's gonna probably jam, and then it's a jam, man. Like it's like the jam on you, man. I shot numerous rounds of different kind of ammunition through that, and every single time it's just jam, 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 jam.
Yeah.
So I don't like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any YouTube channels that you watch frequently? They don't have to be gun channels. They could be any kind of channel.
I primarily watch gun. I'm not. So, yeah, I watch. Man, I definitely watch your time. Shout out to you.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
I like your content. We got regular gun guy. Shout out to him. He's from Chicago as well.
Yeah.
I like to watch Black Rambo, Arms. It's a lot of them, man. It's a lot of them, man. One of my I like Hickok, man. He that
Yeah,
like
Hickok's that guy. He that
everything.
guy.
Like it's like tactical considerations, bro. It's a lot, man. It's so many of them, bro. Like
Yeah.
I definitely because I follow a lot of them and I watch a lot of them. But I follow the gun heavy. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I watch Black Rambo, GHG Hustle, Rambo J, 32 Icon, Yoki. I watch all of them, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot out there, man, and they all good. So I
Yeah,
rock
they
with
are
them all.
good.
I rock with them.
I rock with them all, man.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I always learn something, man, from each one of y'all channels, though, man. So I stay on top of it, man. Like it's just a lot, man. And it don't matter. Like, I don't do like the race car thing, nothing like that. It don't matter if you Pro 2A, man. I'll pretty much follow your channel. So if you go look You don't follow me, I probably don't follow you, man. So, I just like to check content, man, and I like to and like to continue to learn. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And I sit here and watch the same reviews on one firearm a million times. I mean, it is what it is. I watch it. I
Yeah.
mean, if you go through the playlist and you see like be a red line on stuff you watched already. Go through,
I'm about to watch this again. You know, like I might have missed something the first time. Let me catch it again. Might get
yeah,
something different out of it. But I definitely feel
absolutely.
you. I watch gun channels like all day. You know, what I mean, I be at work chilling, and put on some GunTube videos, stuff like
Yep.
that. So I watch a
Yep.
whole bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah, me too, man. Yes, sir. Like anytime I get a chance, bro. Like if I ain't at home, where I work at, I can't be on the phone all the time. But when I get that free time, though, I definitely go look at some gun stuff.
Yeah.
So definitely look at it before I go to bed. Yeah, you already know when when you in that bathroom for 2 hours,
Right?
you right on
The leg be
that.
numb as hell. You don't watch 7 YouTube videos like.
Yeah, man. So
What advice would you give somebody buying their first firearm?
before well, I would get somebody buying their first one is go get the proper training, man. Find somebody who know about firearms, not somebody who think they know about them, but somebody who actually know about them.
Yeah.
Get some training, man. Spend the money on training, especially if you don't know how to shoot. Don't be a know-it-all because you will never know it all when it comes down to firearms.
Right.
And practice that number one rule, man. That's safety. Just because you get your first firearm or whatever, and don't think you John Wick because you ain't.
Yeah.
Uh, when you go to the range, man. Like I said, if you need help or something, because you stay consistent in the range, man. A lot of people, I'm speaking on this from experience, man. Seeing people and actually being around people and trying to help people train shoot better.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people go to the range, they put that paper at 5 yards, and they just shoot, right?
Yeah.
So as long as they hitting the paper, they don't care.
Right.
They can be scattered all around. They be like, "Oh, I did a good job." I used to be that person, so I can. I used to be that person. It be, it's all over the place, and I'd be like, "Oh man, I ain't to be messed with."
Yeah, I hit the paper. You know what I mean? Like I hit the paper. I'm good.
Right? So now you start to look at other people's paper. You see that hole on you, like, man, what are you shooting over there? You know what I'm saying? They got
Yeah.
that hole like that. Then as you go along, you're like, wait a minute. That's called a grouping. You start learning all the terminologies and everything, and then you
Right.
start making those fine adjustments. Like, oh, okay, so this what it is. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, don't never be a know-it-all and think that you know it all. And make sure your pockets is right when it come down to getting to this gun stuff, because you're gonna spend a lot of money before it's all said and done.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna spend a lot of money on equipment and everything, and training to make sure you're comfortable. You know what I mean?
Right.
And also follow up on your gun laws, wherever you at. Make sure you study those gun laws, and wherever you're gonna travel with your firearm, make sure you know their gun laws as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, man, and just stay proud to carry after that, man. Stay safe, stay proud to carry.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Don't let these all these anti-gun people, man, make you feel uncomfortable, because there's a lot of them around, man. It's a whole army of them, but
Yeah,
you
it
know what I
is.
mean? Exercise that right, because what that right is what's keeping this country free, man. We all know it, so you know.
Yeah. And last question, and I'm gonna let you get up out of here. Do you have a dream gun, and what is it?
That dream gun was it was besides the staccato.
Staccato. All right.
Hold on, I can know what I'm gonna look up. I'm gonna look up that rifle right now while we still on
Uh,
here. I can let you know. I can let you know the name of it. And I would just maybe you can help me out, man. We start name drop some rifles. You probably know because it costs like $4,000, man. What,
the
3 to 4?
scar.
Yeah, the Scar. That's it,
There
man.
you go.
That Scar.
That's mine right
Yeah,
there. The 17S. That
yep.
7.62 by 51.
Yeah. I
That's the
want.
one
I
I
want. I
want.
want. I actually want the 5.56 and the 308.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying. So yeah, that Scar, man. Hey, whew, man.
That thing nice.
Nice. If I get them two, I'll be done buying rifles. But
Yeah, that's what I be saying. I'm like, man, all I need is this one. I tell my wife, just give me this one. I won't ask for another one. I'll get them all myself. You ain't got to worry about nothing no more. She's
yeah,
like, yeah,
absolutely.
right. You bullshitting. I probably am, but hey, it is what it is. Yeah. So, yeah, that's my dream joint though, for real. Like,
Yeah,
that's probably like the last rifle I probably would need, like to end the collection. But I'd probably still get some. But
yeah. Because I did. I want me an AR pistol too. So for me to get that Scar, I definitely gotta have my I gotta have the other stuff out the way first.
yeah, yeah.
Like I said, once I get one of those like a drink. That's like a trophy. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
That staccato, man. Hey, them two, man. Hey.
Yeah, that, and I think I want a Desert Eagle 50 AE. That'd be like that's my dream handgun, my dream rifle right there.
Yeah, would you carry that 50 cal, man? That
Nah, I wouldn't carry it. I wouldn't
man,
carry it.
I had a buddy, man, a coworker who said that he could still carry it. I said, well, now why you conceal carrying a Desert Eagle?
Yeah.
You're gonna get one shot with that. He was like, well, once you pull it out, people around. I say, man, you crazy, man.
Nah, it ain't gonna work like that.
And now like you like like Jay the Shooter, man. You got that thing fully automatic on.
Right there you go. Then you're in the game with that one, but
Hey, yeah, another one, man, that I watch, man. Yes, sir. It's a
yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, I appreciate you for coming on the show, Friends with Guns. If you're not following Proud to Carry, like I said, make sure that y'all follow his channel, subscribe to his channel. You on IG too, bro?
Yeah, I'm on IG underscore proud to carry.
Get him on IG, follow him on there. Anything you want to say before we get up out of here?
Hey, man, like I always say, hey, stay pro 2A, stay safe, stay proud to carry, man. Hey, don't never let nobody tell you what you don't need, because you never know what you need until you need it.
There
For
you
sure.
go. Words to live by. But we appreciate you for coming on. Hopefully get you on again. Stay blessed,
Yes.
stay strapped, bro.
All right, same to you, brother. Love.
Yes, sir.